fucking main event time, right?
All right, Izzy versus Sean Strickland.
You guys, who are you going for? Come on.
Israel Adesanya is in the red corner. He's got 24, 2 losses and 0. Then you got Sean Strickland with 27 and 5. Now you've got height-wise, Israel Adesanya is just being slightly taller. Reach-wise, he's got a 4-inch reach advantage as well. So with this particular matchup, are we going to see Izzy staying at range, picking at Sean Strickland, or are you going to see Sean Strickland just walking down his prey and death by 1,000 paper cuts, chipping away?
I've already visualized this fight. I just know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
Just for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of talk heading into this fight about Sean Strickland and whether or not he's the type of fighter who would take on coach's advice and really someone who goes back into the gym and really works on his craft and define the things that he's not so good at.
Right.
I can't see that. From what we see of Sean Strickland, he is very much somebody who just wants to fight. He just wants to scrap. He wants to go in there, lay hands and see what happens. And for me, with that mentality, I can't see a fight that's any different to the Alex Pereira fight. I really can't. You know, I think this kind of his style really plays into Izzy's hands. Strickland's going to, of course, march forward with that Philly shuffle and try and put a pace on Izzy, but Izzy's movement's going to be too much, and I think it's going to be the story of the fight.
It'll be a heck of an upset if it was to go that way. And look, you're right. I think there's, if we look at how did Sean Strickland lose against Pereira, it was power, it was speed, and I think it was effectively speed, wasn't it?
And just overall striking IQ.
Yeah, striking IQ as well. And at least 2 or 3 of those things Izzy's got in the bag.
Yeah.
At least 2 or 3 of those things he's got in the bag. And in this fight, there's been speculation about Sean Strickland taking this to the ground. Now, get the grappling numbers up here for the audience as we talk about it. But do you think that will happen? Is that just talk? Because, the guys were asking in the chat earlier at the front end of the show as well. And I heard him say that against Pereira. Oh, I got his takedown ability now. You can do the impression better than I can. But did we see it? No.
We didn't, no. The question is, are we going to see it this time? That's the ultimate thing. But I don't think... he's kind of said it in interviews himself. He's like, I've been training grappling, but... it doesn't mean that I'm going to do it when I step in the octagon. He says, when I step in the octagon, CTE kicks in, and I just go for it, So, and that's what I can kind of see. I think, if I'm his coaches, I'm going to be screaming takedown attempts. Yeah. But I just, with Izzy and the way that he's been able to shrug off people in the past... Marvin Vettori, to name one. Okay, Marvin got him down for a brief period, but wasn't able to do much with it. So Izzy was able to find his feet once again. Yeah, so I can't see Strickland having any advantage in that area. It would have to be a Hail Mary. It would just have to be a shot that perhaps. Whether or not Izzy comes in there, underestimates Sean Strickland and gets clipped, and then Sean jumps on his back and submits him that way. Let's not forget, right, that the Izzy... Oh, do you know what? I completely forgot what I was going with this now. It just came into my mind and then it disappeared. No, that's what I was going to say. Apparently the UFC didn't want Strickland to take this fight.
Right.
They didn't want to make this fight. That's what I've heard.
Doesn't make sense to me.
Right? Yeah, it doesn't make sense in a lot of ways, but apparently Izzy requested the fight, and he said, let me finish this guy. Let me finish this guy. Because, look, if you're the UFC, why would you want someone like Strickland as your champion? But they're rolling the dice here.
Izzy had a pretty attractive win streak prior to his loss, his recent losses. And I think he wants to get back up to those numbers again. And he just needs to put fights like this to sort of help him sort of stockpile and get back to having 4 or 5 win streaks, 5 win streaks. And
in my opinion, I think Strickland and Dricus du Plessis are going to be his easiest fights. And I think the UFC are going to quite happily feed him these fights and later on down the line set up the trilogy with Pereira. I think that's what they're trying to target. They're going to test Pereira in the light heavyweight division, see if he wins the belt there, and then if he does, that's where they're going to
do it.
Super fight. Like,
And that
it's
would
just-
be a
it's just-
narrative I'm on board for as well. It's
I mean, I'm personally not, because I'm against trilogies where one fight is in another division. But I can see that the UFC are going to try and make that move.
yeah, it's got a quite an attractive story ring to it, in my opinion. But yeah, and fundamentally too, if we look at where Izzy Adesanya is going to be getting some advantages here, it's his ability to go low and go high against Strickland. Now, I've seen Strickland defend strikes before, and how, you talk about striking IQ. He tends to sort of block up or even go to meet the
He's very
strikes that come.
flinchy. He's very
That's the
flinchy,
word.
and
That's the word.
that's how
Izzy's
Pereira was
gonna be able
able
to
to kind of catch him.
And Izzy can just go low and then go high with that switch kick of his and catch him in many ways. There's going to be a lot of ways that Izzy can find it through here. So we could probably get straight to the gauges with it, but I'm interested to see what the odds are saying on this one. Yeah. Minus 600 for Izzy Adesanya in the red corner, and plus 440 for Sean Strickland. So that's one of the biggest disparities we've seen in odds on this card. A lot of people are incredibly confident of Izzy Adesanya got the tools for this.
People other than Izzy and Pereira do find it hard to actually catch Strickland, because Strickland kind of does a lot of sparring. He puts himself into the fire every training session, and that's how he's developed his striking defense, right? With that shell. But against elite kickboxers, it just doesn't really work.
Yeah. Let's talk real quickly, and we'll get the gauges up on his last fight against Abbas, right? Because against Abbas,
He looked good.
He outsmarted him, I guess, if you like. He out IQ'd him, didn't he?
Yeah.
He definitely did. Because Abbas came striking with his kicks were a problem in that first round for Sean. The teep kicks, the long kicks, and these are all kicks that Izzy has as well, bear in mind. The thing is, Abbas gave up on him, and he got tired.
He faded.
And he really just didn't have the gas tank for it. And it was the perfect rookie fight, because you can see that the guy had no experience, not been in there before that kind of level, and he just faded and tired, as you say. So, the thing is, the experience is on Izzy's side, and he could do what Abbas did in that fight and continue it for a bit longer and have what he does. He doesn't have to work that hard. He can get a job done. But it was Sean who outworked Abbas in that last fight and was just smarter, because he weathered that storm and then he came in strong. Now, would he weather the storm of Izzy and come out strong in the end? He might just come up short at the end, because you'd have to be waiting a long time to sort of outweather a storm like Israel Adesanya. With his experience and his durability and his track record. So.
True. George says Strickland first round knockout and does a TikTok dance over Izzy. Do you know what? Yeah, I think Izzy said that, I think, in the press conference, didn't he?
Just after I start thinking George is like this guru wizard, driving the car, putting his chats in one hand, and probably got like a chick in his other hand. Then he kind of says something like that, and
He does. He knows his stuff.
Does he?
He's just repeating he's repeating what Izzy said.
Oh, knockout.
Oh, Strickland first round knockout.
Yeah,
sorry.
I did TikTok dance.
Yeah, the TikTok dance bit was what Izzy said. I think,
gotcha.
in the press conference. But yeah, I wish that's the case. He says Izzy wants to knock Sean's head off clean and leave it on a stake, but I think he gonna want to prove himself and everyone wrong, and he'll rear naked choke him. As the king of the jungle, he'll play with his food. I'm Kinside, please don't take it seriously.
Phew. All right, he's back on the pedestal. He's back on the pedestal. All right, cool. Yeah, look, it's decent enough, isn't it? I think how this is probably going to play out. Let's have a quick look at the gauges and see if we can wrap this one up in speed, because cardio-wise, I might have to go both of them, just because Izzy's got cardio, yes, and Sean Strickland just does not go backwards.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a reverse setting.
That's
the guy
fair.
is constantly in gear forwards.
I'll give Izzy speed, Izzy power, grappling to Strickland.
Oh, power to Izzy as well.
I actually would. Yeah. Strickland's not got much pop in his power. His
Wins
punches.
by not. Yeah, he goes decisions a lot, doesn't he? Strickland.
Yes, our boy. Broken Native back in the day. His YouTube name used to be Broken Native. Not going to try and pronounce your name again, buddy, because I'm too embarrassed. But he says Izzy all the way. I mean, like I said, I'd give grappling to Strickland, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of if there's a way to do it, that's how he would. And then striking up to Izzy again.
Yeah, I just think, Strickland's going to have better wrestling than Izzy.
If he uses it at all.
Yeah.
If anyone uses it, it would be Strickland. Good point. And then I guess striking. We all know this. We all know this.
Yeah.
We all know this. This is why I personally thought it shouldn't be a fight that happens. But you know what? Take it.
Come on, you guys. It's a whitewash across the floor. I got better striking than this guy. I got better speed than this guy.
That's another thing as well. I think a lot of this pre-build up, like talking, it's Sean Strickland utilizing everything he can to find an advantage. He's just trying to play mind games because he kind of knows that in the octagon, he doesn't really have the skill set and the ability to get it done there. So he's trying to put everything out. He's putting everything out. He's going hard. He's getting as much as he can before he gets onto that canvas, just so he helps his chances as much as possible. Whether it's working, I don't know. I feel like Izzy's got a bit of a fortified mind, but Sean Strickland's going to try.
I'm just so hooked. I'm in the head, man.